All right, so this is part 2. We tagged it as part 2. If people see it on their feeds because they've clicked they're subscribed to the channel and follow the link clicks, then this is going to be part 2. It's unfortunate that freaking happened. Yeah.
Don't call it a Mad Maker show for nothing.
Yeah, it's perfect Mad Maker show activity, but boy.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the folks to show up.
Yeah. Wouldn't have happened if Doc was here, I'll tell you that for nothing.
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I think that I pressed I had to have pressed the button, you know. Yeah. Folks are coming back in. I don't know who exactly, but
yeah, well, there's 12 come back already, and it's getting more and more. 13. Yeah. Right. So seems like the vast majority are back. Okay. Doc said start over, so the other co-host is giving the okay.
I linked Bobby for him to come on. I don't know if it was. I think he mentioned. I don't know if he wanted to do pre, but we can have him on and stuff.
I don't know if he meant the show or the hangout. So.
Well, yeah, that's what he was just saying right now. Okay. I told him to jump on. We're just gonna do the final throws here, and he's getting set up, so we'll wait for him as well.
Well, we could finish off. So.
Yeah, well, we'll continue. Right. I'm just gonna. Yeah, exactly that. I just want to check where I'm at because I totally freaking like everything went all bonkers, dude. Did I press? Do they know if I pressed the darn button or what the heck I did?
You do realize we are live now, though, don't you?
Oh yeah. I pressed live automatically when I came back on. Because since it's such, so when you botch something up or whatever happened, you want that insanity to continue as a natural flow. You don't want.
I'm just worried about what I was just saying before.
Well, it's fine because also.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks.
Well, there's also a few other. What were you just saying?
I have no idea. That's why I'm worried.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. But here's the thing: it doesn't. None of that matter. I mean, it would have been cool if it was the continuous thing, but since this happened on your episode, that's like the first time. Even when something is weird occurs, that's not quite what it should be, and this and that. Hey, man, it's something to talk about. So I see it as maybe not a negative, but like, okay, that happened. So let's continue where we were at. We were sharing and we dropped off, and some of the folks are back on. Who's back on, JP?
Who is back on? Right, we got Mr. Martinez, Jim Bashir's, John from B Hubby was working in Honeybees, Paul Granger, Temple Boy Turners, Dan the Maker Man, Steve Needland, Sterling Davis, Doc Hildebrandt, OJ Woodworking and Crafts, Javi, Mr. Make It Extreme, and that's it for the time being.
All right, cool. So Justin, stop tapping on the thing.
Hey.
I can hear that so damn loud.
All right. My bad.
So do people know about your work in your sort of sphere, in your area and stuff? Are they even aware?
I doubt it. I mean, I don't really have that big of a following. And I don't really go out and about and try to show it off in everyday life. So yeah, I mean, my close sphere know about it, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Because you're in your garage, and it's like most of us, right? They have no idea what happens behind the doors and stuff. Are you surprised though? Because people do love your work. Are you surprised at the reaction to your work, or not really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always surprised because it is that reflection on the last piece thing. I'm surprised when one hits and one doesn't more than anything. But I'm awesome, so no, I think that I'm underappreciated.
Damn right.
And when did you start connecting with the maker community and notice, the maker? How did you end up like in the groups and all that?
Mark Schaefermeyer invited me into the groups and showed me how to do it. I'm pretty computer illiterate for most things. So he had to walk me through how to join groups and what groups were and all that stuff. So the maker community was the first time that I tried to dive into anything. Billy's
What's up,
here.
Bob?
Oh my God.
Hey! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just bust in uninvited.
That's all right. The
Well,
whole room's full of big shots now.
Well, yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know if I pressed the button or not. I don't know what the heck happened, but it went like insane. Do you know Justin, Bobby?
What?
Oh, who is that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, we're good friends.
Yeah, I beat him in a scroll off, and he's still sour about it.
Yeah. Well, what yours was better.
Yeah, but can you do this?
I'll concede.
Well, you did mention, was it the same scroll off with
The podcast one.
Yeah.
With Berkey. We tried to get as many people in as possible.
Who actually won that?
Berkey.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And you were really upset. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Politics.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah, it was fun. That was my first scroll project ever.
Yeah, you do one with backlit, weren't it?
Yeah, it had the little glowy. And sorry, I painted my background.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Just the ingenuity of the backlit was surprising, especially for a first-time piece.
Well, thank you. I was trying to do something different.
There you go.
So so Bobby, are there any questions about Justin that you'd like to ask?
Personal questions?
It could be personal, it could be maker, woodworking related, anything.
I just want to know, first thing is when are we actually going to run away together?
I'm free next Thursday. Who's coming to who?
Oh, I forgot. Where do you live?
Chicago.
Oh, wait, maybe. Okay, Chicago.
I got better sausages up here. Come on up here.
Yeah, gosh. I've been to Chicago once. It was a lot of toll roads.
That's nice that's the only thing that comes into your head about Chicago.
Yeah, that's a
lot about Chicago.
Yeah, I was a truck driver back then, so that was like the bane of my existence was tolls. So that stuck out to me because they were very frequent.
Yeah.
But as far as his work's concerned, I mean, I'm just blown away every time I see him post something. He's kind of already gone over his process and how he picks woods and stuff, but I'm just basically just a big fan of his work, and no real questions.
Well, yeah, because his work, but it does. Do you? Because to me, his work is very unique, right? Like,
yeah,
right. It stands out. And then we asked Justin the question of, how did that progress? And he's not looking outside. He's focused, and it's a natural progression, which kind of blew my mind. He didn't take a cue from really anything. Is that a fact, though, Justin? You didn't take a cue from any? I mean,
well, there's inspirations, but I wasn't really trying to be like this guy or that guy. It's more incorporating this little piece that I saw into this project and that little piece, or oh, that technique looks pretty cool. Let's see what I can do with that. So it's more inspiration technical wise than.
Yeah. Why did you freeze?
Me? Because I just got a silly big floating Bobby Duke head staring at me.
Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my light.
What are you looking
Sorry.
at?
I have another screen up there, and so I'm trying to put different lights. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, but it seems to be like a little bit of like what Bobby does in his videos, where it's a slow progression. Like him and Peter Brown, they seem very much so the same style of inspiration, where their pieces you can see linear changes in them. One thing affects the next and the next and the next, and you can kind of see them grow with each piece, which is what I try to strive for.
How about other disciplines? Obviously, you have to resaw and all these things. Are there other disciplines, within, genres within woodworking making that sort of draw your attention? You'd like to try, or you do try, but you never really show off?
Oh, I want to try them all, but I don't think that I've gotten good enough at scrolling to try too much other stuff. Eventually, I want to go more towards the furniture making aspect of stuff, but I still think that's a long ways away because I want to incorporate the stuff that I've learned with the scroll saw and incorporate that into furniture making and keep the evolution of my scrolling be the focus. So that's, I think I just need to get better at scrolling.
Wow, dude.
I have a question.
All right.
No.
I noticed in some of your pieces, you have some carving aspects, some kind of three-dimensional parts that come out like a rose where the petals are different heights and stuff. You think you'll be doing any more of that, maybe incorporating some more carving and sculpting of the actual pieces? I mean, I know you do that to an extent. Like, is that something you're going to push the envelope on?
That is something that I'm pushing on. Right now, it's all just sanding. I haven't used the rotary tool. I bought one, or I got one like a year and a half ago, and I haven't played with it yet. But that's one of the things that's on the back burner of I want to learn how to do it, but I just need to get there.
Cool.
All right, that was a good question. And also, let me ask you this: how about like you've seen a lot of resin? Actually, like let's say Heath Knuckles or Carl or Pam Harris, Highland Boxes. A lot of people are working with resins, and Bobby as well. Have you taken a look at that as an option possibly? Does that interest you? Because the reason I ask is that because you know how some folks will take their ply and then they'll have a cutout and then they'll fill it and they'll sand it back, polish it, and then you'll have like there's all sorts of possibilities there. What do you think of that? Whatever your thoughts are.
I am interested in doing it, but I do like to focus on the natural aspect of it. Like none of my pieces for the last few years, at least, all of them have been all natural woods, no stains or dyes, just the protective clear coat. So I think that in my eyes is cheating a little bit, where I would like to figure out workarounds with natural colors and natural woods. There are some other natural materials that I would like to try playing around with. But as far as my evolution goes for the art stuff, I would like to stay natural more than resin. I might mess around with it, but that wouldn't really be a focus at any time.
Okay. Now, JP, can you tell me who out there, since we've done this part two?
Yeah, I'll quickly ask this question first. It's from Dan the Makerman. He said, would you ever do a poster size piece?
Poster size? Yeah, mine are getting bigger and bigger every time.
Bobby.
Sorry.
Stop.
Justin's messaging me.
You're ruining my train of thought.
I'm sorry. You made me laugh.
But they have been getting bigger. Like starting off, they used to be around 9 by 13 or something, and now they're getting to be 16 by 23, 30 by 30. So they're getting more poster size. And the style that I do makes it easier to go bigger than, say, the traditional style, like what you do, Jamie, because the pieces aren't as limited because I'm doing the small segmentation stuff.
Yeah. Right, let's get to who's that in the chat. We've got Julian, obviously still fanboying. Bales, Steve Twardell from Temple Boy Turnings, Dan the Maker Man, Jim Bashirs, OJ's Woodworking and Crafts, Paul Granger, Sterling Davis, Doc Hildebrandt, Be Happy Honey Woodworking and Honeybees. Let's keep scrolling up. Javi Harnelmania, Make It Extreme, and it seems like that's it.
Okay.
Oh.
And Nicole and the kids are there as well.
You can also mute your audio in the event.
Where is
In the event that there's activity occurring in your immediate space, you can always do that and then block out the and then come back on with no, it's fine. We're playing it by ear at this point. Justin, this was perfect. The break in the I don't know. You think I did that, dude? Did I press the button? It had to be me, right?
Only you've got the control. Only you've got the controls, Eloy.
Dude, I don't know why that happened, dude. I had this whole psychedelic thing, and I thought I was stopping the presenting part of it, and then this whole thing. And by the way, Justin, fear not, because that is the whole concept of the Mad Maker show. If something screwed up occurs, it's natural.
Well, that's life.
And that's life, exactly. But I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, and the folks out there know, but I don't know if you've heard this, but I'll mention it to you. I see the whole maker community, like, let's say, like, honestly, say 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, like, it could be like 20, 95, spacecrafts ready to launch and stuff, and people with their antennas and stuff, and there'll be like a thing like the Antiques Roadshow, but in the future. And you'll have people coming through with their pieces, like old ladies, walking in with like a statue, or a scroll saw piece, and they'll say, "I want to know how much this is, and I'm not sure." And then all of a sudden, the guy will say, "Well, this looks circa 2018. Yep, this is a scroll saw Scribbler original." And oh my goodness, well, it was handed down the family. And I totally see the possibility of, in the future, all these people's items being actual pieces of importance, of high importance, within the community. What do you think about that? Do you think your pieces will? Have you ever thought of that possibility of it going on as art?
No, because I'll probably die of a heart attack, and then that's why it'll become expensive and stuff. This is the piece that he died in the middle of.
Well, that'll be the valuable one.
The what?
That'll be the valuable one, no?
Yep. No, I really don't think of it in those terms because it's just as much of a personal progression. So I try to stay motivated that way, and I don't think that I'm anywhere near the level to start thinking that way yet. I will say every time that I'm perfect, and yes, they'll be valuable, but I don't really think that.
Right. I'm just saying, regardless of maybe your perspective of it, so regardless of the artist throughout history, because of certain situations going on in that era around them, and particularly with social media, I mean, who knows how long, say, a freaking Instagram or YouTube, it doesn't look like it's going away, but all these circumstances, and whether the person knew it at the time or not, the piece becomes a thing, right, outside of your control, or even if you think of it as such or not, is kind of like, You know what I'm saying? How do you see the maker community? Do you see it as a thing? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, there's gonna be some shooting stars in all of them. I mean, you got little turds asking me to help them post their stuff on Instagram to jump up their numbers, and then they skyrocket to 1.5 million YouTube subscribers out of nowhere. And I mean, those are going to be the ones that like forget about the people that helped them out early on, and the ones that just kind of shun their friends because of their fame and their stardom. Those are going to be the ones that are worth something on because they drown the little guys below them that they step on to get up there. So those are going to be the ones that are worth it, and I'll be down in the muck and mire being like, hey, it's me. I know that guy once.
What are you talking about?
It's completely unrelated to you. Stay out of
Okay, yeah, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm still going to use that picture of you in the waterfall doing this. One day, I'm going to have that hanging up in the background.
I want you to get it tattooed right on your chest.
No. As much as I would love to. Nicole may have an issue with that.
Yeah, that you're not doing it yet because I'm so damn beautiful.
Is this a bromance? Is that what this is called?
Can you feel
people
the
accuse
love tonight?
People accuse me often enough of being gay in the comments section, so I don't want to perpetuate that any more than I have to.
Oh, you have to, big boy. You have to.
Gosh. I'm blushing.
I think I got the pictures to prove it.
That's between you and me, man.
Is this another exclusive?
No.
We're just messing with each other.
Oh, you think I was joking too, dude? This is going on the website in writing.
Transcripts will be available later.
Signed by Bobby Duke and forgotten about by Justin.
Oh.
Well, let me ask you this. Any final thoughts? Shout outs? Any ideas for what's coming next? Are you going to be expanding different? Just give us a little bit of a, ending to this insane part 2.
I'm gonna keep being me and doing me. I don't know. I don't really have. I have projects in mind that I want to do all the time. They keep evolving and keep changing inside of my head. But as far as an overarching thing, I just take it one project at a time, because if you see 2 projects ahead, you're missing all the stuff that you should be working on the one you're working on now.
Dude, I'll tell you, your work has always struck out. Right when I see it, it's like, oh, that's Justin. Very inspiring. I'm very appreciative that you took the time and came in and did the show, and gave us, all that information about you and what you do, your thoughts. So thank you so much. So let me ask you this. I mean, did you enjoy the experience?
No, I hated it, especially the part where that guy came on and overshadowed me at the last minute. That was the worst.
Dude, this is
actually let that guy in here.
Well, no, Bob, look, you're the one.
This is crap. I'm done. No more.
You're the one that you contacted me. So I said, here's what happened. You contacted me and said, Bobby,
we're playing around. It's fine.
No, I'm gonna keep going. You said, hey, dude, Bobby Duke, he'd like a link, and I said, okay, I'll drop the link. Bobby Duke comes on, and now you're complaining?
Yeah, because you let him talk. You didn't kick him right away. I was hoping you'd kick him. Put that star in his place.
I thought it was like the after show hangout. That's what I thought I was getting into. But this is cool too.
Yeah, it's too late now. So let me ask you this: since you did you
Yes,
like?
I would come back anytime.
How'd you know I was going to ask that question?
Because I'm psycho.
Psychotic.
I'm one of those. Maybe I'll.
By the way, you should have shouted out like one of your biggest fans and friends, Julian 5x30, because he's like.
Because he's bugging for it, isn't he? I'm not in the chat, but he's bugging for it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he's been fanboying over him all night.
Well, yeah. So
he even asked the question. He even asked the question, how much does Justin love him?
Well, let's ask Bobby about that question. Do you see the things that you create possibly going forth outliving your? I mean, how do you see all that? You've come into a situation where a lot of people have noticed your works and stuff, your pieces. You know, you'll do miniatures, and how do you see that beyond the scope of art, like time? You know, is it possible that your pieces will be sold and traded and whatnot? And in the maker community, same question I asked Justin.
I don't know. I mean, I think it feels kind of conceited to say, yes, my stuff will go on and, be known as, whatever. I would like to think that my pieces will live on beyond me and, will have some importance and that people will still appreciate them after I'm gone. But you never know, I guess. Do I think it will? I really have no idea. I think I don't know.
Oh, I just realized something. It's more important, especially for stuff that goes on. Like every year, I make my son his birthday gift. So I'm hoping that sort of stuff, that lineage and that inspiration, travels down to him. Like I have my grandfather who was a carpenter, my aunt who was a crafter helping me out, my uncle who's still helping me figure stuff out in the shop today. And hopefully that is what moves on more than the piece itself, is the lineage that goes along with inspiration.
Well, that's awesome, dude. And really with how, when we started the interview, you mentioned your aunt and those lessons and just, being able to be creative, hands-on, those things actually continue on with you and so on and so. Very, very good. So JP, any final words, thoughts?
Just one little thing. Obviously we've had a bit of a laugh on the show tonight, but I've got something to mention that's not so much on the lighter side of life, if you want to say it that way. Donnie Carter from the Green Woodworker podcast, one of the nicest guys in the community. He's going for a rather tough time at the moment. He had some surgery, quite a few surgeries on his leg, and his employer basically cut ties with him. And at the moment, he's going through some serious financial difficulties with some court battles and things like that, and going to lose his house. So someone set up a GoFundMe for him to kind of give a bit of help. So I'm going to post that link over into the chat now. If you can help, even just a little bit, I'm sure it would go a long way. So yeah, that's basically it.
All right. So listen, guys out there, thank you for hanging out with us. It was cool that we broke a two-parter. I don't know how Justin feels about it. He seemed rattled. Were you rattled that we were cut short like that?
No, it's that playing around thing. It's the wrestler. Nothing's ever serious.
Yes, exactly. So guys out there, I'll catch you. Have a wonderful week. Next week we'll be on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 8 p.m. and we'll do it again. Thanks, Bobby, for coming in and mixing it up, screwing
No
up
problem.
screwing up Justin's whole existence now. His whole.
My ego is trashed.
Whatever, your ego is just fine.
So what you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? Yeah.
So guys, catch you next time.
Later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take it easy.